At power forward, Miles. At the other forward position, Ayo Dosunmu. At center, Nikola Vucevic. At shooting guard, Kobe White. At the other guard position, Reed. The head coach of the visiting team is Billy Donovan. Let's meet your New Orleans Pelicans. The big man, standing 6'11", number 21. Starting at point guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 5, DeJounte Murray.
And it's our favorite day of the year at 2K Sports. At long last, it's time to roll the ball out there and get the new season of NBA basketball underway. Two slam dunk champs, Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our analysts tonight. Brian Anderson here. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. And the starting group for Chicago. They've got Dosunmu, Buzelis out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then it's MP, and it's White in at the shooting guard position. And for the Pelicans, Murray and McCollum make up the talented backcourt. Trey Murphy out there with Zion Williamson. And it's Misi in at the 5, roaming the paint. Grant, nothing quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
You know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Here we go. It'll be the Pelicans off the tip. Now here's Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Some verticality out there from DeJounte Murray as he rises up.
MP looking it over. Well, Brent, after ups and downs, it seemed like New Orleans is really trending in the right direction.
Now, their path has not always been easy. It's a bit indicative of the city itself. It's a resilient place with resilient people that take a lot of pride in the comeback. So this team has had personnel changes, coaching changes, injuries, but the Pelicans have certainly become a team in the past couple seasons where the future is much brighter than its past.
And that one's good.
That build of Zion's making him so tough to contain. He's got the quickness too, so under the rim it's lights out.
MP way outside. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Drills it from deep.
Well, he is so dangerous from three-point range. Even from that distance, Murphy, a dead-eye.
The 3, and Reed gets the 3. Reed's got 5.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
From outside the arc. That one doesn't drop. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Inside. White against Williamson. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Chicago has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Pass to Reed. Fires the 3. Again, MP missing.
Yeah, not really much of a flow offensively yet. Only 1 of 4 from the field.
Here's Misi. Reed with the rebound. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Pulls up. Releases from the wing and drills it. He's got 7.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
And it's Murray with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They trail by 1. Well, Brent, we've seen Trey Murphy grow into a prototypical 3-and-D wing.
Well, what's been most impressive, BA, is you thought it was just his shooting. That's been better than advertised. He's also starting to show you he can rebound, run the floor, and defend a little bit. So the package is a little bit bigger than it was once thought of with Trey Murphy coming out of the NBA draft.
New Orleans calls timeout.
And one thing I've learned through the years is no matter the situation, there are always adjustments you can make.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes...
First opportunity at the line here tonight.
Nikola Vucevic. 1 shot.
You love a big man like Vucevic. Puts in the effort to keep improving. For example, look at what he's done with his perimeter shooting.
On the court for Chicago. Josh Giddey out there with MP. Then it's Kobe White. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Vucevic in at the 5. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, BA, he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answer that question now. He has been looking better than ever. Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
And it's tied up with that one. Brent, one area where Zion Williamson continues to improve is as a passer.
Well, BA, he's cut down his turnovers while more than doubling his rate of assists. And to me, that's just familiarity, getting on the court more consistently and not being injured. I mean, he's going to build and compound on that experience. So starting to make plays is starting to show for Zion.
Got to appreciate the aggressive defense he brings.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Jones, the pass to Williamson. Oh, Williamson throws it down.
Yeah, so fun to watch him get fancy on any finish. Zion again to the rack.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Zion Williamson is a one-of-one. His teammate C.J. McCollum told him, your ceiling is unlike anything the NBA has ever seen, but it's up to you to take full advantage of whatever it is. You can be as good as you want to be. This game will go where you take it. Brian?
You know, Allie, at his best, he is unstoppable. To the middle. Here's Misi. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Reed for 3. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
The shot by Misi, no good. Chicago leading. Down low. And Reed with a basket on the assist by White. Reed's got 20.
I love the aggressiveness. He's been on fire the entire first half and continues to strike while the iron's hot.
Pass to Misi. Driving inside. Williamson outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Murray. Chicago with a rebound. Their first chance this season playing the Pelicans.
Yeah, they came up short both times against this team last season.
Pass to Buzelis. Back to Reed. Launches a three. That's off. 7 for 12 now.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Outside Murray. To the inside. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Well, the open man's out there. You got to feed him, and Murray gets the job done.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. Brent, what's something you've seen from Murray's time in San Antonio to now?
Well, there's been no stoppage VA of the type of work that DeJounte.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Chicago ahead. They lead by 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Pelicans fans, here's your Pelicans dance team.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. So it's Chicago now. 2-point game. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks at Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Murray and McCollum make up the talented backcourt. Zion Williamson out there with Trey Murphy, and it's Messi in at the center position. That's the Pelicans 5. Vucevic's shot is off.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Murray against Reed for the tie. Tries again. Messi kicks it out to Williamson. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming. Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
And New Orleans making a change here. Jones is checked in.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for your
Second half rolling along. About a minute played here.
Herbert Jones.
White against McCollum. It's hauled in by White.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Reed for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Messi. Murray against Reed. The drive by Murray. And he gets it to go. Murray's got 6 points.
And that's got to be a relief. Finally getting something to go here in the second half.
Reed for 3. Not going to go that time.
Great job of closing the space and getting a hand up.
As good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Williamson, no good.
Yeah, starting the half here 1 for 5, and the offense might need an ironing out.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Reed's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
To the paint. Here's Messi. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound. Bulls leading by 9. Kicks it out to MP. Jacks up a 3. Jones grabs the board.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Murray for 3. Doesn't go for him.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Pass to Buzelis. Back to Dosunmu.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Reed. He gets it in there. Reed's got 11 points here in the second half. And there's a minute 45 left in the third quarter here. McCollum with it. Picked up by Reed. And the Pelicans call time here. Well, Grant, in terms of scheduling, you see any any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but to answer your question, BA, you have two choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks.
Substitution on the court.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Williamson finds Murray to take the lead. That one's in. Coming off a nice dish from Williamson. Williamson's got 3 assists tonight. And so in the game for the Bulls, Buzelis out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then it's MP, then it's Kobe White, and it's Dosunmu in at the small forward position. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
To the middle. Here's Buzelis. Banked it in off the glass.
Buzelis.
And now a 3-point Bulls lead.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Murray for 3. Again, the miss by Murray. The Bulls have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. The offensive rebound. And it's Williamson with the ball for New Orleans. They'll be off to Portland for a meeting with the Trailblazers after this one. They're kicking off a 4-game road trip. Kept alive. Pass to Murray. Nice touch on the bank shot.
Boy, Murray just one of those guys who loves to work it inside.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Reed. And again, it's Chicago.
Oh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
Pelicans trail by 3. Williamson outside. Outside Murray. Vucevic with the steal. And now the Bulls in transition. Here's Dosunmu. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And this is not the time to be giving up turnovers. Those points could end up being a deciding factor in this game.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Reed against Murray. Murray can't get that one to fall. Chicago leading by 5. Reed for 3. Fires in the triple.
3 points.
Reed's got 38 points.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
New Orleans calls timeout. They're losing by 8. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game.
Yeah, and this game really has his fingerprints all over it. He's been dominating and making it look effortless. It's always fun to watch someone just flat out take over like he's done here today.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Willie Green coaching his team during that last break. Well, coach is thrilled with their 3-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Can they get it? Williamson misses.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Shot is up. Again, the Bulls score.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
Murray scanning the floor. Over Buzelis. Murray, no good.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Reed for 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. McCollum pass to Murray. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist.
Well, Murray's got the range. It's the consistency he's looking for.
Chicago has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. Reed against Murray. Reed in the post. No good. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
They recover it. McCollum's got space. Money. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Well, fearlessness by McCollum there, willing to take those big shots in the game's biggest moments.
And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's White. And he commits the intentional foul.
DeJounte Murray. Second personal foul.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he's able to hit the second one. And that increases the lead to 6. And the Pelicans call time here. They're behind by 6. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter.
Once again, fans, put your hands together. That was your Pelicans dance team.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Out to McCollum from the arc. And it's cleared by Vucevic. And so they foul intentionally.
Misi. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
He hits the first one. And so Chicago takes the win. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
To 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Chicago Bulls. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. A look at the Bulls starting lineup. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's White. Then there's Reed. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3. And for Milwaukee, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 spot. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Now, here's Trent. And it's sent back by White. MP outside. Pass to Vucevic. No good on that one. Good D by Lopez. Here's Milwaukee now. Lillard from outside. Rebounded by Vucevic. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. MP looking around. White left side. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Richard, for the Bulls, just one playoff appearance in their last 7 seasons.
Look, the last 4 years under Coach Billy Donovan, they've been respectable. But with all of the injuries and all of the issues, the path to true contention is probably on the other side of a long rebuild.
MP outside to the paint. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by MP.
Not stopping Vucevic that time, powering through the defenders.
Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
RJ, for the Bulls, their last 2 seasons have ended with losses in the play-in.
Yeah, they finished as the 9th seed both years and won their first play-in games. But that second play-in game has been a problem, which is why they need to set themselves up better during the regular season.
Now, here's Trent. After the miss from Reed,
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Reed. In the game against New Orleans, very impressive. That one good for 2. Vucevic has got his second basket of the night.
Hard to deny Vuce inside when he can play over or through.
Here's Lillard. Misses the layup.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Here's Dosunmu. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Tipped away. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Bobby Portis is checked in for the Bucks. Kevin Porter comes in for Gary Trent. And then for Chicago, Collins comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And Josh Giddey subbed in for Dosunmu. Here's Giannis. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. Out left to the wing. Nobody near Lillard. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Now, here's Reed. And now, running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Rebound by the Bulls.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Buzelis with the ball. Giannis is there, and he converts the layup.
And you'd like to see Buzelis use that size inside rather than just settle.
So the Bulls 5 right now. They've got Kobe White. Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then there's Dosunmu, and it's Reed in at the 1.
Yeah, they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Lillard against Reed. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Milwaukee in the lead. And the foul called on MP. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Lillard with the bucket.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Reed in the post. Covered by Lillard. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got his first bucket of the night. Milwaukee has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Here's Lillard. The putback, rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Reed misses. So the Bucks, their last game, a win against Philadelphia. Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Lillard against Reed. It's all in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's Buzelis on the assist by MP. Reed's got assist number 5 here tonight. And the foul called on MP. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
They might start using him a little bit more sparingly with 3 fouls already before the half.
Lonzo Ball is checked in for Chicago. So it's Damian Lillard making things happen.
With the score, your Bucks 40, the Bulls 37.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. And Greg, you think about what they call floating. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
5 to shoot. Reed with it. Picked up by Kuzma. And it's Vucevic missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Bulls trail by 3. MP outside. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Passes to Vucevic. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Reed's got his 6th assist on the night. Lillard against Reed. Vucevic with the block.
Powerful swat by Vuce, showing how effective he can be on D.
Trent against White. And he banks in the layup. White's got 6 points.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting you know I'm there to back him up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Porter's checked in for the Bucks. Drains it from beyond the arc. And it's a 4-point Milwaukee lead.
Shooting while in rhythm. Porter Jr. has an impressive understanding for when to let that thing fly.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And whatever the D has thrown at him, he's had an answer. His offense is...
And so Lillard will bring it up for Milwaukee. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the next to look forward to. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. So for Chicago right now, they've got Reed, Buzelis out there with Dosumer. And it's Vucevic, and it's White in at the 2-guard spot. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Milwaukee.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it. And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Kicks it out to MP. And there's the feed to Vucevic over Lopez. Vucevic with the bucket.
Look, Vuce is a big man that can score at all 3 levels. And look, his versatility makes him a nightmare for defenses.
Antetokounmpo finds Lillard from outside the arc. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got 5 rebounds tonight. MP outside to tie it up. And there's Buzelis on the assist by MP. Reed's got assist number 8 now on the night. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Reed. Down low. Finished off the break. Buzelis has got 4 this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Lillard against Reed. Looking to end the run. And it's Lillard missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And the shot goes down.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Yeah, we can see over here, the coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Make some noise!
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. Now, he's not happy with the perimeter defense. He told them we have to hustle more out to the three-point line because they look real comfortable out there now. I want you contesting every 3 they put up. We'll see if that intensity increases on D. Guys?
Thank you, David. Inside. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Reed against Lillard. Over Reed. Tries again. Kicks it out to Lillard. No good from outside.
Questionable shot selection on that 3. Not really helping as they try and narrow the deficit.
Reed gets it.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Building out this lead brick by brick. They have taken a very methodical approach.
And the foul called on MP. Personal foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Bobby Portis is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Bucks trail by 8. And the foul called on MP. That's his 5th foul. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 8. There's a minute 47 left in the game. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
There's a minute 47 left here in the 4th quarter. Lillard attacking. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Bulls leading by 8. Here's Buzelis. Good, and the assist goes to MP. 12 points for Buzelis.
How about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done?
Lillard misses.
And even though the quarter has been a struggle, it doesn't look like he's lost his confidence. He keeps looking for a shot.
Reed against Lillard. MP outside. Clock at 4. Takes a 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Chicago.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for MP.
He
just dropping dimes left and right out there. Any opening that the D provided, he exploited it and found his teammates.
MP dishes to Vucevic, and he gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 17.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Portis, the pass to Kuzma. And that time, also a missed shot. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
Can they extend the streak? Thunder, Bulls, tip-off coming right up. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. And for Chicago, we've got Buzelis. He's out there with Ayo Dosunmu. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Kobe White, and it's Reed in at the point. Well, Doris, we got a clash at the 5 spot here tonight. Can't wait to see these centers go at it.
BA, there was once a point in history where we were talking about, is the 5-man phased out of the game? And all of a sudden now you have several MVPs who occupy the position. It is unequivocally going to be a special matchup tonight.
Now here's Dosunmu. Pass to Vucevic. Buries it down low.
You have to admire the confidence of Nikola Vucevic. This close, he's focused on putting 2 on the board.
Williams in the post. He's covered by Dosunmu. Williams misses. And it's the Bulls' ball. Here's Reed. From behind the arc. He drops it from range.
Well, that's his shot right there. You know, if he gets any kind of room, he's going to dial it up from distance.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Guys, thanks. The Thunder, last season's top seed in the West, but they didn't rest on their laurels. They traded for a lockdown defender in Alex Caruso and signed hard-charging big man Isaiah Hartenstein. With their improvements, this is a team set to continue its upward trajectory. They have tons of draft capital moving forward and a ton of upside.
Big moves. Okay, thanks for the report, Shams. Chicago with a rebound. Their first chance this season playing the Thunder.
Because they play in different conferences, these teams don't really see each other all that much. It makes it interesting here.
Right. They'll meet 2 times this year, East versus West. Let's see which team can enforce their style of play. Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Vucevic's shot is off.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside. Hartenstein, no good.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And stolen by Holmgren. Dort with it. Dosunmu picks him up. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The layup off target.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Reed with it. He's got 6. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one. Thunder trail by 8. gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. Our topic was how he'll defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Coach was straightforward, saying Shai demands so much attention with the ball that he can work the defense. We'll need to stay disciplined and not get caught watching the play. We'll see how that approach works out for them, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. So Chicago ends up going with a new group. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Caruso comes in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Chicago. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. The 12th overall pick in 2022, Jalen Williams. What a find by the Thunder Dwarfs.
This is so exciting for this organization because even though J-Dub went to a mid-major school, wasn't a big high school recruit, he ended up being second in Rookie of the Year voting. He's getting better and better. He has got an unbelievable future.
And he's good on the second.
I mean, Jalen Williams is a guy who a lot of people are excited about. He has the talent to be a multi-time All-Star and perhaps an even higher ceiling than that.
Now here's Reed. He's got 11. Five on the clock. Down low. And there's White. That's good on the assist by Reed. White's gotten his first basket of the night.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Reed against Williams. Back to Giddey. Soft touch off the glass. Giddey's got 6 points.
Boy, it looked like the defense was perfectly positioned. Outstanding contest. And Josh Giddey says, I don't care. I'm scoring anyway.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Highlight reel dribble move. And then the athleticism takes over.
Woo! Yep, he wasn't going to be denied there. Showing all the skill. Now here's White. Outside Reed. Pass to Vucevic. Count the basket. Vucevic has gotten his second bucket.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, he's even more magnified and intense.
Chicago making a switch here. Sumu's checked in.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Reed passes to Dosunmu. Some solid defense from Williams.
His defensive talent, such a gift for his squad.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Pass to Vucevic. Got a hand on it. Williams against Reed. Back to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Woohoo! That's the athleticism you talk about with Jalen Williams. This guy can get off his feet in a hurry.
Vucevic with it. He's guarded by Hartenstein. Back to Reed. A minute 53 left to play in the second quarter. Back to Vucevic. Dosunmu, the pass to Reed. Now here's Vucevic. And doesn't connect. That miss makes him 2 for 5. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Vucevic against Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Quick trigger there by SGA. I'll tell you, on the catch, be ready to rise and fire.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. But they all stepped up and collectively produced a lot of points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench?
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Chicago ahead, leading by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Chicago leading by 4. Buzelis out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then there's Dosunmu. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Reed in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They host the Hawks after this one. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards. And you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level.
Well, just because he's a center, don't be deceived. Vucevic loves connecting with his teammates. Pretty pass.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Here's Buzelis, rejected by Holmgren.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Clock at 6. Dosunmu, the pass to Reed. And here is Vucevic. He's guarded by Hartenstein. Yep, that one goes.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Vucevic, the pass to Reed. Back to Vucevic. Out to the right wing. Reed finds Vucevic. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Vucevic has gotten 4 this quarter.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
To the inside, Buzelis goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And the Bulls lead by 13.
They're really working the paint now.
Dort against White. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. They grab their own miss. Goes up again, and Hartenstein with the lay-in. Hartenstein's got his first basket.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Reed passes to White. 2 points. That one goes.
I just love the ball movement.
Thunder trail by 13. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 11. The kick out to Williams. From downtown. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
2 minutes.
Pass to Reed. They double team Vucevic to the paint. And stolen by Williams. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. And he battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. And every team is looking for length on their roster.
Yeah, the reason, BA, is because of the quality and skill of shooting. Guys are coming across half court, and they can shoot.
Substitution on the court.
Outside Reed. Pass to White. Back to Reed. Here's Buzelis. Reed with it. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Here's Vucevic. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
He almost blocked that shot in time, just a nanosecond late.
Thunder trail by 15. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. Aaron Wiggins out there with Williams. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5. The Bulls have gotten just 3 of 9 shots to go in. Struggling this fourth quarter. Pass to Vucevic. Oh, he drains it. His 6th make in 9 tries so far.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. The Sumu, the pass to Reed. Now Vucevic. Back to Reed. Shot clock at 6.
2 minutes.
The Bulls need to get off a shot. Vucevic, he's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
The Sumu, the pass to Reed. The ball's knocked loose and stolen by Williams. Dort for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Bulls.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for D.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
Here's Williams. Sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp.
Well, they needed this run way earlier. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Here's the second effort, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
The first one falls. So the Bulls win it. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.